I was just in Norway. I'm not trying to brag, but I was just in Norway, and I rented a standard transmission car as well. And I was driving I basically like drove all around the country, and I was like, my God, these people are so civilized. It's ridiculous. Like the speed limit says 90 kilometers, and everyone goes 90 kilometers. I'm like, fuck this. I'm gonna go 120. Like I was enjoying the highway. And right toward the end of the trip, I noticed like a little camera on the side of the highway. And then I noticed another one like 5 miles down the road. And I've already gotten 2 moving violations in the mail, but I know that more are coming. I was like, these conservative European wusses, these slow drivers. Just live it up a little. Come on, push it.
Yeah, no, they figured out they don't need to have like a cop hiding behind a bush somewhere. They'll just throw up a camera and be like, ticket. That's how they sound too, but ticket. Yeah, it's my impersonation. I don't know where we are. What are we doing? What's happening? We over here? Hi.
I'm Tessa, and my question is, were there any moments, like scenes or episodes in Supernatural where you were especially proud of your acting because you had done something new and you felt you did it really good, or you like had to portray a really hard emotion?
There was a scene, gosh, I don't remember what season it was. I want to say maybe season 8. It's when Sam is possessed by Gadriel. Season 9, I was really close. That was really good. And Bob Singer was directing. You were back behind the monitors. And in this scene, Sam, who's now possessed as Gadriel, is coming up toward me. And Bob Singer, he was a big fan of like 1970s cinema. And there was this one shot that he really wanted to get, which was just me punching directly into the camera. And then Sam, as Gadriel, was going to pass out. And this was like kind of just a cool moment of just being like in tune with the choreography of the moment. And so I threw the punch directly into the lens, and everyone behind Video Village, which is where they're watching on the monitors, where Jensen was and Bob Singer was, started laughing. And Jensen came out we were in a kitchen, we were shooting on location in a kitchen, and Jensen came out and said, Misha, that was fucking hilarious. Oh, you weren't kidding. Because he registered the look on my face, and then he said, come here, and we went back to the monitors, and they did the playback. And the idea was the fist goes right into the lens on the camera, and I did this. So I would say that was that moment for me. Nailed it.
I'm going to answer for him, and I'm going to give you, instead of a moment about me, I'm going to tell you a moment which I sat back and became an audience member in a scene watching this man do beautiful work. And there's many to choose from, but obviously the one that comes to mind the quickest is his death scene in the bunker. And I know it was something that he was struggling with. I know it was not an easy scene to perform, but to also digest personally, because it was his goodbye. And it was difficult for me, opposite him, watching him give such a great performance, to continue to stay in the character as Dean, because Jensen was watching this great performance from his friend, and also a character that he has, is so fond of. And I was very much taken out of the scene for me. Luckily, it was on his coverage, so you didn't see the Dean washing away and Jensen just going like. But, and I had to remember, like, I need to give him, I need to stay in it for him. And he was so distractingly good in that moment that it made my job very difficult, because all I wanted to do was sit there and watch him perform, because he was doing such a bang-up job and in my mind, I was sitting there thinking that, it was like this flashback. They say that, like, when you're about to die, like, your life flashes before you. In my mind, I was flashing back to Lazarus Rising and seeing him walk through the barn with the sparks flying. And I was all of a sudden, like, all these clips in my mind of Castiel and walking into the lake and, like, all of these things that are ingrained in my memory, and seeing this now character have to say goodbye, but also knowing that my friend was in there having to struggle with this as well. And I just thought he did such an artful job and such an incredibly nuanced performance in that moment that I was really proud. And you'll notice during that entire soliloquy I just gave, I can't even look at him. But I will say that's instead of picking one that I was proud of for myself, I'm going to pick one that I was proud of for him, and that was that moment.
I also feel uncomfortable with you complimenting me like that. We're not used to this dynamic, and thank you. That's very, very sweet of you. I think that part of why it's not really related to your question, but this brings it to mind. Part of, I think, why this fandom is so strong, why our relationship with you and yours with us is so strong, is that this show ran for so long, and you literally got to watch Sam and Dean grow up over the course of the series. You guys went from being boys to, advanced middle-aged men, but actually spending so much time with characters and watching them grow and evolve and change and frankly degrade is really powerful. It's like being, we say supernatural family, but that's what happens in a family. You watch a family grow up, right? And we also had this very surreal, and I surmise never to be replicated in our lifetimes, experience of also getting to know the characters that we were playing so well, and the characters that we were playing opposite so well, that it started to blur the lines internally for us. I think I'm speaking for you as well. Like you said, Dean is still in here, Cass is still in here, but I know that Dean to you, I'm sure, feels like a part of you. Not just a character, not just a wardrobe that you put on, not just a character that you put on, but actually a part of you. And that is it's such a strange thing. So when one character was saying goodbye to the other, we were really broken up about it. Like, we were broken up about it because it felt real to us because we sort of lost our minds.
I'll answer you. I'll give you the one that I was thinking like, all right, but maybe not a performance. I guess it was a performance, but one that I was like, I might hang my hat on that one. The fact that I learned how to tap dance.
Everyone was impressed with that. And not only did you learn to tap dance, but you learned it in like a day.
Yeah, it was like two lessons for like an hour or two, and learning the choreography, but then also learning how to do the steps and stuff. And it was, I think there was maybe only one shot that they used that wasn't me, that was my double, who was an actual tap dancer. But it was like 99% me doing all that terrible dancing. But I was proud that I still had a little bit of mojo in me to get that done. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys, my name's Selena. I'm from Clyde, Ohio, and I just want to start off by saying thank you for being here because I moved to Columbus for a music career and now I get to stand here and live out dream number one. My question kind of goes off of what you were just saying, Misha. I started watching the show when I was 4 years old, and it ended when I graduated in 2020. So, anyways. With that being said, though,
Not middle-aged, elderly men, I think is what.
I've been waiting for this moment for 18 years now, so this means a lot.
Did you have parents?
Yes.